At the end of the day, labor, we feel very exhausted. And I also think at the end of the year, we seem to feel very, very drained by all kinds of things and the happenings around us or the things that we have done. And sometimes also things have not just been the way we wanted them to be because they will never be always the way we wanted them to be. And we feel often really overburdened. And we have realized that most of the time when we feel so much overburdened, emotionally, psychologically, and financially, for some, this this makes life so heavy until we rely on something more that can bring relief to us. But Jesus seems to be so confident. I just imagine sometimes, you know, when you were telling someone, whatever you need, come to me, or if you need anything, call me. Okay. You have that trust in that person. And that person also is like trusting them. They trust themselves that they can help you in your situation. Jesus is here like, okay, if you have any burden, don't worry. Come to me. He seems to take himself like he can solve our problems, even things that we cannot do. And what are the burdens that we have? What are the burdens that we carry? This is a very important question. What is that is weighing on me? And that can make me even crazy, restless. You know, at times we spend restless night, even a restless life. A restless life whereby we do not have peace at all. Where can we find that rest? Where can we find that solution to the problems that has been eating us throughout years and years? Jesus says, you don't need to worry. Come to me. And personally, I feel like this is very relieving because if someone tells me, Father Georges, whatever you need, come to me, I will gladly go to them every day. Because I know what I need. And that's what Jesus is telling you. Whenever you are overburdened, whenever you feel uneasy, whenever you feel restless, whenever you feel unhappy, whenever you feel that there are things that are over you, just run to Jesus. And what is he telling you? He said, first thing, in the whole gospel we see there are 3 steps here. He says, come to me. This means he takes himself as the reference and as the referral points and as the solution. Jesus is the solution. Of course, that is exactly what the Old Testament is pointing at. He is the one that the prophets are pointing at. So of course he should say, I am the answer. This is going to be very clear even with the Gospels of John, with the Gospel of John, because many times he's not just going to say that I am the truth, but he's also going to say that I am the door. I'm the solution. I'm the access. The access point to any solution that you need, even the access point to the Father. How beautiful. Amen. So we see in the second steps, he doesn't just say, come to me and just watch me. He said the second thing he's going to say is that do a kind of offloading. I know you are loaded. You are loaded. Take off your load, offload it, and leave it to me. What you're going to do, you offload yourself, and what you need to do is to take my own yoke. You bring yours to give me, and take mine. First step, you come. But if you want to go back well, what I'm advising is to take my yoke. You replace yours with mine. It's like I'm carrying a burden as I'm walking. And then I say to you, okay, fine. You give me, there's an exchange that happens, that needs to happen here. You are exchanging your burden with that of Jesus. Take upon you my yoke. Take upon you my yoke. It's very, very clear. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. How often do we learn from Jesus in situations of our lives? How often? How often, really? As we have come now, I was sharing with somebody about this. Say, I always believe the hour or the minutes we spend at Mass are a kind of encounter that should definitely change our lives. And that should also definitely make us different, because there is an exchange that is happening. When we're coming, we are exchanging something with God. This means at the end of every Mass, we should come out different. Do I come out different when after Mass? Or am I the same? So this depends on the exchange that is happening. Did I accept this exchange? Have I really opened myself and allow whatever that I had with me and bring that to Jesus, so that I may take from him his yoke? What is the yoke of Christ? He said his yoke is light. His yoke is the blessing. His yoke is the grace. Otherwise, when I go to confession, that is exactly what is happening. I bring the burden of my sins to the priest who is confessing, then to Jesus himself. I offload myself, and then Jesus stays with the bag of my sins and gives me grace and gives me peace and gives me light. He's exchanging the death, that the consequences of death that I was supposed to go through, and exchanges that with the life, the abundant life that he purchased by his blood. This is beautiful. There is always that exchange happening at the liturgy. The heaven meeting with the earth, the altar of sacrifice meeting with the altar of heaven. There is always that exchange where there is where Jesus is coming with the divinity to exchange, so that we may share in his divinity, taking our humanity so that we can share in his divinity. That's very powerful. And that's what is happening at every Mass. So, My dear brothers and sisters, let's come to Jesus. He's just fulfilling what has already happened in the Old Testament. The God who strengthened those who are fainted. That's what Isaiah told us in the first reading today. The God, the Lord who is our strength and our salvation. In Psalm 27 and the other version, Psalm 28. The Lord is our strength and our salvation.